So next chapter is chapter number 9, accounts of companies. Starts with section 128, ends with section 138. That's all. However, there are a lot of important things to discuss. Let's go one by one. Let's set the context a little bit. So 128 to 138 is that, whereas 139 to 148 is my auditing section. So this section 128, just the gist I will tell you, but then we will again go back to the chart. 128 talks about a concept called books of accounts, and they use the word etc. Books of accounts and etc. That's the heading of the section only. Books of accounts and etc. So what do you mean by books of accounts? Yeah, what do you mean by books of accounts? Books of accounts is given in 2 clause 13. Books of accounts will be cash book, reserves, your receipts and payments, assets and liabilities, cost records. That is the meaning of books of accounts. Etc. means what? Etc. means books and papers. That will include all your minute book and all those things. So gist of the story in section 128 is, every company shall maintain at its registered office books of accounts or books and papers plus the financial statements based on 3 things: accrual system, double entry system, and it should give a true and fair view. And branch accounts also, it will be maintained at the respective branches, and regularly they will send updates to the main branch. So I repeat again, every company, private company, public company, government company, every company will maintain, shall, mandatory, shall maintain what? At the registered office. What will they maintain? Books of accounts or books or papers or financial statements of the company, and they will maintain proper books of accounts. Proper books of accounts. Proper means what? 3 items. Proper means 3 things. Should be accrual, double entry, and it should give a true and fair view. And as you know, in auditing, auditor will check whether the books of accounts are proper and whether it gives a true and fair view. So if I ask you, who will maintain true and fair view? Auditor should check, or whether the company only should maintain true and fair? Company should maintain true and fair, auditor will verify. Once they're given a question, the company shall maintain dash, true and fair books, true and correct books, incorrect and fair books, incorrect and unfair books. Answer, true and fair. It's not true and correct. They'll just try to confuse you. The company should maintain dash, auditor should check dash. The first option was company should maintain true and correct books, auditor should check true and fair. No. Company only should maintain true and fair books. Auditor just needs to check whether it's true and fair or not. So, I repeat again, every company shall maintain at the registered office books of accounts or books and papers and the financial statement, which is called as the proper BOA. Proper BOA means what? Accrual system, double entry system, true and fair view. Auditor will check that. And if there's any branch account is there, then those branches should keep sending the records to the main branch. And it says it is kept at the registered office. Can I keep it anywhere else than the registered office? What do you think? Can I keep it anywhere else in India? Can I keep it outside India? No. Can I keep it anywhere else in India? Yes. I need to take a board resolution. So books can be kept in registered office, but if board of directors decide to keep it somewhere else, resolution they will pass and they will keep it somewhere else. And they will file AOC 5 within 7 days. This also is a general question. Everything is given in there, don't worry. I'm just giving you the gist, then I'll go to that section. Will auditor get the true and correct accounts or true and fair view? Yes, management should give true and fair view, and he should declare that it is true and fair. Who should declare? Auditor. Who can inspect the books of accounts? Can shareholder do it? Unfortunately, no. Only director can inspect the books of accounts. No power is given to the shareholder. Hence, 139 is the statutory right and duty of the shareholder to appoint the auditor. Who will check the books of accounts? Auditor. And can I inspect the books? Of course, director can inspection of accounts in India, whereas foreign information, if there's anything there, I can give a written request by director. If I want to know about something kept abroad, director should give a letter saying that I want to inspect that. But if all the documents are in India, director can give himself, he can do it, or he can give POA. POA means what? Power of attorney to his agent. So his agent means chartered accountant also can request. Very simple. And subsidiary company, subsidiary books only by board of directors, authorized persons only, by passing a resolution they have to maintain. And how many years can you keep? 8 financial years. New company will always be less than 8 financial years, so they have to keep for all years. Can I ask for longer duration? Yes. If your company is going through some fraud, for example, Byju's, misappropriation is there. So I can tell Byju's, bro, for you 8 years won't apply, 15 years. From today, keep it for 15 years. Like today's books should be kept for 15 years. Because you have done Golmaal, I will not take only 8 years, I will take 15 years. So you can do that, no problem. Now, 128.6, this penalty, generally I will say penalty and all, you leave it, but this penalty is important. If you don't maintain books properly, MD, whole-time director, CFO, if they contravene, it will be a fine of 50,000 minimum, maximum 5 lakh rupees, no imprisonment. This is if you don't maintain proper books of accounts. Why, sir? Why so less fine? Because anyway auditor will report. When auditor will report that it is not proper books of accounts, the entire company only will fall down. That's the power of auditor's qualified opinion. There are 3 types of opinion: unqualified or unmodified opinion. In modified there are 3 parts. What? Qualified, adverse, disclaimer. In adverse, you have the information that things are wrong. In disclaimer, you don't know what is right or wrong, because it doesn't give you you cannot get SAAE, sufficient appropriate audit evidence. But in qualified, you are saying it is not so bad as adverse, or it's not so bad as disclaimer, it's somewhere in between. Except this, other things are okay. That is called qualified opinion. So, if he gives qualified opinion, company only will close down. That's the power actually. This is the gist of 128. We will read the chart now. Come on. Books of accounts by the company. First dialogue, same thing. Every company shall prepare, mandatory, books of accounts at its registered office. Books of accounts means proper, write down here, proper books of accounts, proper. Proper books of accounts means 3 things: true and fair view, accrual basis, double entry system. Books of accounts can be kept at any other place in India, but I should pass a resolution and file AOC 5 within 7 days. This one part is important, remember and go. Many times I have asked 2 marks. AOC 5 within 7 days. What is the period for keeping the books of accounts? 8 financial year. But can I demand more? Yes, I can. Inspection will be done during registered office, during the business hours. Default. Default. This imprisonment you remove. Check, remove that. Earlier it was there, now it's not there. Imprisonment is not there. And from 1/4/22, guys, you should also maintain accounting software and record an audit trail for every transaction. People were creating the accounts only one day before the auditor came. Like, where are the accounts? Sir, tell me what accounts you want. I will manufacture. So that's why now they have come out with this rule. The software should be such that one change if you make, it should record there. If that recording system is not there, have you used Google Sheets? In Google Sheets, one sheet can be used by many people. And if you have changed that, no, entire log will come. On so and so date, Abhijit changed this. On so and so date, Hemant changed this. On so and so date, Shivu changed this. Like that it will come. Timing also will come. So like that, you should have an audit trail. Tomorrow if the auditor opens that file, he should say when it was created, when it was changed. You can't delete that transaction. That's called audit trail. Audit trail for every transaction. That's an additional point. That's it. 128 done. Same thing we did. That is which section? 128. Books of accounts. Next is 129, financial statements. 129, read with 2 clause 40, financial statements. Basically, standards on accounting. Is it mandatory? Yes. As per section 133 of Companies Act, it says accounting standards are standards on accounting which are mandatory as per 129(1). In 129(1) they say every company shall follow accounting standards. Are auditing standards mandatory? Yes. Auditing teacher would have told under 143(9) every auditor shall follow auditing standards. And I discussed in meetings chapter secretarial standard. There are 2 secretarial standards which are mandatory. SS1. SS1 is for board meeting. SS2 is for shareholders meeting. SS1 is board meeting. SS2 shareholders meeting. Is it mandatory? Yes. 143(9) every auditor shall comply with the auditing standards. So guys, financial statements should follow accounting standards and should give a true and fair view. I'll just do the gist here, then I'll take you to the chart. Financial statements should have what? Accounting, should follow accounting standards and should give what view? True and fair view. And in what format will you prepare? In accounts you would have prepared Schedule 3 format. You will follow Schedule 3 format. Then in accounts you have, do you have this still? Banking company, insurance company you have? Oh, they have removed, thank God. There used to be some, for us, horrible. Electricity company, banking company, insurance company. Thank God they removed. Worst chapters. For this format only is different. Full different format. Now, if I am a banking company, electricity company, insurance company, should I follow those laws or should I follow Companies Act? Those laws. So, I should follow those respective laws. The specific law will override the general law. What is general law? Companies Act. What is specific law? Electricity Company Act is there. Banking Companies Act is there. Insurance Act is there. And they have separate regulator. For banking company, you have Banking Regulation Act also, regulated by RBI. For insurance company, you have IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. So, specific law will override the general law. Which one? Yes, for those companies it is mandatory. You have to follow according to those things. And you have to follow accounting standards also. So, what should I follow then? That or this? If I follow the different format, obviously they will not come under Schedule 3. But the lawmaker in 129 clearly says if you follow those sections, no need to follow 129. Which means specific law will override general law. If you tell everything you should follow as per format Schedule 3, why the hell should I have separate laws for those things? So when we were doing inter, 2010 was my inter, we had 2 subjects for accounts. Accounts 1, accounts 2. 100 marks, 100 marks. Correct? No, that was immediately after my attempt. My attempt was the last attempt where the full accounts was 100 marks. In that, electricity company was there, banking company was there, insurance, huge portions. You are already dying with your accounts. Apart from that, we had to study other formats also. Some weird format it was. Thank God they removed. It's waste. Why will you sit and study all that? When you need, you'll study, no? Mental Fellows Institute. But good. Now they have at least done some good stuff. You have removed all those things for you. Fine. Good. A specific law will override general law. Is it still giving true and fair view? Yes. It is still giving you the true and fair view. Now, in 129.2 says, at the annual general meeting, board shall lay the financial statements in front of the shareholders. They will just place it in front of you for your consideration. That's all. Consideration means what? You go through. If you like, you adopt. If you don't like, don't adopt. So, adda points, it is not adoption of accounts. Actually, it is consideration of accounts. Consideration means what? I'll place it in front of you. You see whether you can adopt or not. If you feel everything is okay, adopt. If you feel no, something is missing, don't adopt. Correct? So, consolidation, and that is 129.2. So, my question is, can you lay unaudited accounts, or accounts must be audited always? Audited. You cannot lay unaudited accounts. Audited accounts, should it be adopted or need not be adopted? Should it be adopted or need not be adopted? Need not be adopted also. If you don't adopt it, unadopted accounts have to be filed with the ROC. But eventually, should you adopt it? Yes. Lawmaker says until you adopt the accounts, it will be called as provisional accounts. And only when you in a meeting, if you don't do in that meeting, call one more meeting. You keep calling until you adopt the transactions. Practical case, Jet Airways. Jet Airways books of accounts, the shareholders rejected. They said, I will not adopt. And they had to do the accounts again and again present it to the shareholders. Then they adopted. So my question is, can you lay unaudited accounts? No. Can you lay audited accounts? Yes. Can those audited accounts, is it mandatory for it to be adopted? First time need not be. Even if it's not adopted, you can file unadopted accounts. But eventually, should it be adopted? Yes. That is 129.2. 129.3 talks about consolidation. You have consolidation, no? You have or not? Yes. The charging section or the source section, you have that chapter because of 129.3. Because Companies Act says you should consolidate the financial statement. I lift the corporate veil of all these companies and merge everything together. Consolidation. As per Ind AS. As per Ind AS. Should you follow accounting standards? Yes. If you don't follow accounting standards, what should you do? First, tell the reasons why you are not following accounting standards. Second, reasons must be decently satisfactory. Tell me the reason why you have not followed the accounting standard. You should give them the reason. Then you should also mention what could be the potential financial effect of not doing this. Potential financial effect. So basically, guys, I should first give the deviation. Yes, the company has not followed inventory valuation properly. Second one, reasons for the deviation. According to inventory accounting, what it is, net realizable value or cost, whichever is less. The company could not figure out the net realizable value, as the net realizable value was not there only for that product. What is the deviation? Not following accounting standard. What is the reason for deviation? Company could not find anything. Third one, what is the financial effect of that deviation? That's the third part. Financial effect. Because they did not disclose, this is the increase in profit, this is the decrease in profit, like that. Then, all this entire structure you have to follow. Let us say you are Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, or India's own what? manufacturer of aeroplanes, aircrafts, artillery, etc. Do you think if you allow them to disclose everything in the balance sheet and P&L, is it in national interest or against national interest? How many jets we produce this year? What is the raw material? Where is it coming from? What are the final goods which are there? Should I disclose or not? If I disclose, is it in national interest or against national interest? Against. First copy will go to China. Xerox copy will go to Pakistan because those fellows can't afford original copy. Xerox will go to Pakistan. Correct? So that is the problem. So 129(6) is there for that. 129(6). The central government either voluntarily or on an application exempt some classes of companies from disclosing certain aspects of financial statements in the interest of public interest. Best example, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Indian Space Research Organization. I'll tell everything. ISRO. I am doing this today, doing that today. This asset is being built. No. Just before the launch, you will tell. That's all. Right? These companies, defense companies, etc., no way. Full secrecy it will be. Today we produce 1 lakh drones. We will be, flying this here, this area. All that I will tell in accounts. No. So, and I should not even tell. I can just say assets. Now, but then permission I should take. Whose permission? MCA. MCA says, okay, for you allowed. All companies in the national defense of the country need not disclose detail number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just say assets, over. What assets? Don't ask questions. Very simple. You can do all these things. So I was the auditor. When I say I, our firm where I worked was the auditor of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. My last audit in the year 2012 was Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. It was awesome experience because we did lot of confidential things. Opposite Chinnaswamy Stadium, that office is there, no, HAL. So we were the auditors. My last stint was that. 1 month we stayed there. Wonderful. We were the central statutory auditors of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Good fun. So yes, then we know what all happens. Auditors will know. Should they disclose? No. Because they have an order from the government. No need to disclose. No problem. It's fine. If this power was not there, we should have disclosed. Now if the financial statements are, see, 128 is books of accounts. 129 is converting those books of accounts into proper structured financial statements using schedule 3. If it is not followed, see the punishment here. 129(7) punishment. Who all, guys? MD, whole-time director, CFO or any other person, or in their absence all directors, imprisonment up to 1 year. Here imprisonment will come. Or 50,000 to 5 lakh or both. If law uses the word or, it is called compoundable offence. Compoundable offence means what? You can escape imprisonment by paying fine. In tampering the minutes we saw and means non-compoundable, or means compoundable. This is which section? 129, gist of the story. Subsection wise we have analyzed. Now come to the notes. Notes is enough, everything is there in that. See 129. Financial statement shall be laid down in an AGM. They shall give what view? True and fair view. According to what you will follow? Accounting standards. Company having subsidiary shall prepare consolidated financial statement also. It will apply to joint venture also, associate company also, subsidiary company also. Form number ANC1. If you don't follow accounting standards, 3 things you should do. Deviation, reasons for deviation, financial effect of the deviation. Imprisonment and fine. Contravention. Gist of the story done. I explained more in depth. And here what will come? How many years? 1 year. 1 year or fine, both. right? So here I'm doing more in depth because this is needed. It'll come for auditing also, it'll come in accounts also. Accounts also it'll come partly, auditing and law, obviously. So 129 is there. There is one more section, 129 capital A. What is that? Very simple. CG to prescribe companies where I'm talking about periodical review or called as limited review. For few companies, they want to do a limited review also on certain aspects of the financial statements. Who will do it? Chartered accountant will do. Which type of companies? They will only tell which type of companies later. That is 129A, very small section. Central government to prescribe companies. This will be periodical review. Apart from audit, it is also called as a limited review on certain items only. Who will decide? Government will decide what type of companies have to go through periodical review like this. Next, because of Satyam fraud, Sahara scam, Sharda chit fund scam, the minister Sachin Pilot, who was the Ministry of Corporate Affairs Minister from Congress government, initiated Companies Act 2013. 2013 was because of Sachin Pilot and because of the 3S scams. What are 3S scams? Satyam, Sahara, Sharda. Sharda chit fund. Satyam scam, Ramalinga Raju. Sahara scam, Subrato Roy, who died. Sharda, I forgot that fellow's name. So 3S scams. So Sachin Pilot initiated this. In Satyam, the question was, can company reopen the accounts? At that point of time, old Companies Act said no, because auditor would have already audited. Can you reopen audited accounts? No. But MCA had told if there's any technical problem like income tax problem and all, then you can reopen. If you say you can reopen accounts, it's a slap on the auditor. Why? It has been prepared already, audited already, which means I've checked that you are reopening again, imagine. But that slap on the auditor has been legalized through new section 130. 130 and 131 both are heavy duty slaps on the auditor. What is 130? Reopening of the financial statements. But this is 130 is still okay. Guys, is auditor responsible for checking and unearthing frauds, or is auditor responsible for just taking reasonable assurance? Reasonable assurance. Is he liable for not detecting frauds? Ultimately, checking about frauds, etc., is the management's objective. If they have only hidden from me, what will you tell the auditors then? You are showing me revenue 1 crore. 1 crore black money, you have hidden somewhere. Is it my responsibility? No. So, but still, 130 and 131 are like slaps on the auditor. 130 is a mild slap, 131 is a hard slap. What is this? On an application made by central government, income tax department, SEBI, any regulatory authority or any person concerned, even a normal person who is going into merger can do this. I am a company who is merging with your company. I want to reopen the accounts. I want to see. I feel some mismanagement has happened. I can go. They will approach the court or the National Company Law Tribunal on the grounds of fraud or mismanagement. I feel that I have a doubt on the reliability of the financial statements. I don't know whether they are reliable or not, I'll tell. And I want an opportunity of being heard. After an opportunity of being heard, a final order will be passed. To do what? Reopen and recast. How many year-old accounts can be reopened? 8 financial years. How many years? 8 financial years can be taken back. But if 128.5, if a longer period was given, then that longer period also can be recast. Reopening and recasting. Recasting means what? Redoing the accounts again. Deadly. 130 is reopening the accounts because of fraud or something. Whereas 131 is voluntary revision. 130 and 131 both are slaps on the chartered accountant. 130 is slap on the auditor. 131 is slap on the chief financial officer who happens to be a CA. Board is coming and telling what board report you have done, what accounts you have done, how did you become CA. That is 131. 130 is what are you auditing? I don't know. So 131 is what? You see, board feels that these two together will do, and then I'll check that other, I'll show you the chart. Board feels that financial statements or board report is not done properly. They will go to the National Company Law Tribunal, who will do PONJ. I have discussed this. Principles of Natural Justice. Means what? Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. And everybody should be given an opportunity of being heard. So the board of directors feels that the financial statement and board report is not done properly, they can approach the NCLT, who will give what? Principles of natural justice. They will apply, and then they will approve for what? Voluntary revision. I can reopen the books for 8 financial years. Can I revise 8 financial years revision? No. Revision is only 3 immediately preceding financial years. And revision can only be applied for once a year. Current year plus previous 3 years. That is 131. That's the division 130 and 131. Check the notes now. 130. Company shall not open its books of accounts and recast its financial statements unless application is made by what? CG, income tax, SEBI, etc. That there is a fraud case or affairs were mismanaged, whereby I don't know about the reliability of the accounts. So what will I do? PONJ, Principles of Natural Justice. And the accounts which are revised will be final. For how long can I reopen the account? 8 years. 131. If it appears to the director of the company that the financial statement or report of the board do not comply with the provisions of 129 or 134, financial statement or board report not done properly, I will apply it to the NCLT. Revise the financial statement of board report for preceding 3 financial years. File to ROC. Before passing the order, I will take into consideration all the representation. This is nothing but principles of natural justice. Reasonable opportunity of being heard. Reasonable opportunity of being heard. I'll say, you tell me your side of the story, no problem. I will listen to it carefully and then I'll give you my opinion. Please tell me from your end what is the issue. I will hear you out 100%. Without any judgment, I will hear you out. That is this section. 131. Same. 132 is a deadly section. We should all be scared of this section. Because if ICAI is bad, 132 is ICAI's dad. It is the National Financial Reporting Authority. This is the biggest slap on the chartered accountant. CA, they felt, was not doing their job properly, so government created one more own division called what? National Financial Reporting Authority. The reason why you are seeing so many changes in syllabus where ICI is torturing the students is because of 132. Because they are telling, boss, you were only, this actually started with Narendra Modi in one of the speeches, I think in 2017 on CA Day. He said, just like a doctor is the, what do you say, it's like God and the caretaker of the health of any patient. Caretaker of the financial health will be chartered accountant. And he praised nicely for 15 minutes. Last he put one small bomb. He said, when any child makes a mistake, the mother should correct the mistake. But I am seeing that in ICAI, there are 5,000 plus cases pending against disciplinary action against the chartered accountant because they have not done their job properly. But how many cases are resolved? Only 5 or 6. So he told, what the hell are you doing? As a mother, as a regulatory body, you should regulate your members. You should correct them. You should reprimand them. You should punish them. What are you doing? Nothing you are doing. So after that speech, no, people ignored everything. Then slowly in 2017, this section was already there. But in 2017, this section was notified. It was there, but lying dormant. 2013 to 17, it was sleeping. There was one scam which happened called ILFS scam, Infrastructure Leasing Financial Services scam. Through this scam, government woke up and told, enough is enough. CA, what are you doing? What work are you doing? So they told ICAI, I will create a new authority called National Financial Reporting Authority. Who will do accounting standards till 2017? Who was doing? CA. Or there was one more institution called National Advisory Committee on Accounting and Auditing Standards. They were just an advisory committee, but this is an authority. Who will create accounting standards? National Financial Reporting Authority. Who will create auditing standards? National Financial Reporting Authority. Who will regulate the members? ICAI should regulate. Who will regulate ICAI? National Financial Reporting Authority. Correct? Bahubali movie, if you have watched, interval scene. They will install the statue of, what is that fellow? Villain's name? Ballal. Ballal, statue will come. In the interval scene, behind Ballal statue, Bahubali. That Bahubali is NFRA. Ballal is ICAI. He thinks he is Don. But NFRA, bigger statue. They'll say, if I open a case against your CA, all the cases that you have frozen, I will eat up those cases. You have no right. Sir, do I have the right to prepare accounting standard now? ICAI is asking. NFRA says no. Second, sir, do I have the right to prepare auditing standards? No. Sir, do I have the right to regulate my members? Yes, you have, but if I come, you should shut up and get out. That's all, directly. Sir, can you directly go and charge my chartered accountant who's under me? Yes, I can. Sir, this will apply only to practicing CS or all CS? All CS. Deadly. Then, okay, sir, you have a group. Am I allowed in the managing committee? No. The managing committee of NFRA cannot have any CA. Even if there is a CA, he should surrender his membership and surrender his practice COP and then come there. NFRA is by retired IAS officers, judges, High Court judge, Supreme Court judge, IPS officers. That is NFRA. Predominantly judges. So, deadly section. Is it notified? Yes, it is notified. So, NFRA, CG may by notification constitute NFRA. Appointed by CG only through a selection committee. This MCQ question they'll keep asking. Chairman of NFRA. shall be a person of ability and integrity, experience of not less than 25 years in the field of accounting, auditing, law, finance, everything. Ustad will submit a declaration that there is no conflict of interest. So you just see now NFRA chairman Dr. Ajay Bhushan Prasad Pandey. Correct? He is the chairperson. If you go to NFRA website, this guy, 1422. So you should be expert in what all? Finance, accounting, you see here, finance, corporate governance, Aadhaar card implementation and all, he was there. Don't want, bro, don't want. Yeah. Then he was finance secretary, revenue secretary, CEO of Aadhaar, chairman of GST network, PhD in computer science, and also special knowledge in technology, law, policy. Finance secretary, he did so many things. Expert member of Justice Sri Krishna Committee for Data Protection. Correct? He is BCom from Bangalore University. Those fellows will not come. Correct? They are all big shots. He holds a postgraduate MS and doctorate in computer science, BTech degree from Indian Institute of Technology, IIT guy. IIT fellow is chairman of National Financial Reporting Authority. Former chairman will be there, chairperson. About us, if you go, entire thing will come. See, other people will be there here, everything. This is the website. See, this keeps on going. And if you just go here and put these orders, no, you will see slap after slap to auditors. And they have, can they debar chartered accountants? 100% yes. See, CA Neeraj Bansal, membership number, penalty 5 lakh, debarment 5 lakh. 5 year, sorry, 5 year debarment, guys. And here full bio, that how, why debarred, that matter will come, see. Crazy, guys, it is. People are so scared now, you know. You have not done the audit properly, you have failed. Directly they'll tell. Failure in verifying certainty of future taxable income of 495 crores. Full detail. You have not checked anything. See, NFRA took up the case suo moto, means on their own, as per 132, which is what we are doing now. Possible violations of standards on auditing. That's why all the subject that you are studying is very important. They are telling failure to report material misstatement, failure to obtain sufficient audit evidence, failure to exercise due diligence. So what ban? Lapses in the audit. They'll give full everything. It is for the world to see. On the website there is a separate column called debarments. Imagine. See how many people, guys? 103 people have been debarred. 5 year. Some people only fine. CA Dasarathi V, 10-year debarment. Full heavy golmaal you would have done. Correct? Dasarathi. Arvind Maya, 10 years. Correct? See this, BSR and company. BSR is KPMG. 10 CR. Correct? So people are not sleeping only because of this. Not joking. 10 lakh, 1 lakh. Money is still okay. Debarment you see. 1 year, 6 months, 5 years. 5 years means you cannot practice anywhere. You are a CA but not a CA. So when they ask you, are you a CA? I was. No, I am not. Full philosophical answers you will give. Correct? Yes, crazy it is. 103 people debarred, guys. First of all, we are not there. Hardly few fellows. Correct? In that people are dying also. And now these fellows also. 100 fellows are debarred. As of now. 5 years, 2 years, 5 years, which means they still will remain debarred. And such a shameful thing, guys. Imagine. On the main website, there is a separate thing called debarment, residency. Membership number also they have given. If somebody comes and says, Neeraj Bansal, hey, Nanallah, I am not the person. Hey bro, tell me your membership number. That only is there. Right? Horrible. Yes, see, no choice. Which one? Number one is 7 years has happened. That is the ILFS scam only. 7 years is there, one fellow. 10 years is there, sorry, 10 years debarment. CA Sundaresh, correct. CA Sundaresh is one of the companies. Which company was that fraud he did? Means he didn't check only. 10 years debarment. 10 years. CA Sundaresh, yes. Actually, he is from Bangalore. We shouldn't tell. He is a senior chartered accountant. Bangalore only. Bangalore person. Yes, this is for the, which one? SEBI Coffee Day. Coffee Day, Sundaresh. Yeah, I have made one video. Now I realized. I made one video on this case, full in depth. I keep making this. Yeah, CA Sundaresh is the highest now, 10 years. It's very, very senior CA from Bangalore only. Karnataka, very famous CA. Gone, 10 years. Whatever you have done for 10-15 years, in 1 minute, these fellows will strip you naked. I'm not joking. Right? I had posted on Instagram, on LinkedIn also about this entire case. So from Sundaresh sir's office, they messaged me. The case is still in the court, you cannot discuss. I said, who the hell are you? Correct? Who the hell are you? I have given I said, your case is on website, go check. And I have sent the link also. You go sue NFRL, let's see. Right? Yes. So that is the matter. So actually I received a message from one of the people in the office that is still part of this. Please delete, because I have crazy network of students. No, there manam, I did not do it any to malign anybody. I genuinely wanted to explain what the case was. I never said he is wrong. If it's in the court, court will prove he is not guilty, no problem. I have nothing against anybody. I just wanted to explain what the case was. It's there in my YouTube channel. So the thing is, yes, crazy guys, this is horrible. Anyway, so moving on guys, come back. Yes. That main fellow, 25 years experience, accounting, auditing, finance, law. Then 3 full-time members should be there. Person of ability, not less than 20 years in accountancy, auditing. 9 part-time members. Part-time members will be what? 1 from MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. 1 representative of C&AG. 1 RBI, mostly the RBI main guy will come. 1 from SEBI. ICI president will just go and sit there. Yes sir, that will what will tell and come. Ultimately, all I showed science, computer science fellow is chairman. Deadly. So they are regulating what? CA Institute. That's why CA Institute has gone mad with respect to students. That's the only thing they can control. Everything is removed from them now. Only thing they can control is examination, students. So they'll keep changing. They'll remove law in final. See, law, if you don't understand this, what will you study in, how will you become a CA? They've removed law in CA final. Most stupid fellows. In CA final, you don't have a separate subject called law. You have to write one time pass exam called self-paced online module. Inky, pinky, ponky, you do, you'll get the marks there. And with that knowledge, you will become a CA. God only should help you. Right? Horrible. Very, very bad decision. I don't know what. Anyway, it's like shooting themselves in the foot because of that decision. Anyway, guys, then to select these fellows, there is one more selection committee. That is called selection committee. There will be a cabinet secretary who's a chairman, principal secretary to the PM, Prime Minister's office, IAS officer, senior IAS officer will come. Secretary will be MCA, 1 member will be there. 3 experts will come from a panel of experts in the field of accountancy, auditing, finance. They will choose the members. Selection committee will choose these fellows. Yeah. What is the term of office? 3 years or till he attains 65 years, whichever is earlier. He can be eligible for reappointed for 1 more term of 3 years each. Part-time members is 3 years. Then they'll ask you, yes, can you remove that person? Can you remove the chairman? Yes, central government will come. How will you remove? When he is adjudicated as an insolvent. If he is convicted of an offence which involves moral turpitude. Moral turpitude means something which is very, very wrong. Morally. If this guy, if this sir who is there, who is the chairman, if he is caught, I'm just giving an example of what is moral turpitude. If he is caught in CCTV stealing one Parle-G biscuit, is it moral turpitude? Yes, imagine. Is it moral turpitude? Yes. A person of such high stature stealing 2 rupees biscuit, does it shock you? Yes. You going and stealing? Sir, normal sir it is. Yeah, that will not shock. Basically, moral turpitude means it would shock the conscience of a society. That is called as moral turpitude. When Ramalinga Raju accepted that I committed fraud, was it moral turpitude? Yes. 100% yes. Something which shocks. I'm just giving a stupid example, but did it shock you? Yes, it did. Person worth so many crores, if he's stealing something, is it moral turpitude? Yes. Physically or mentally incapable, has financial interest, means he in that company in which you are doing, he is also part of it, all those things guys, then he can be removed. Then they'll ask you, what is the salary allowance? Monthly salary chairman, only 2,50,000, that's all. Government fellows will get less only. Full-time member, 2,25,000. Other things, earn leave and all, that's normal guys. The important thing is whatever I showed you now, function of NFRA, make recommendation to the central government on framing of accounting and auditing standards. Recently, Institute released some guidance note on some accounting standard. NFRA said, you have no right to do that also. Horrible guys. NFRA said, you have no right to do that only. Who asked you to do? I will do, you follow. Sir, why the punishment? Because you are protecting your own people. When there are fraud people, okay, all CS are not crooks guys, there will be 1 or 2% everywhere. You should punish them, should throw them out. When you had the power, you didn't do. Gone now. Oversee the quality of services. NFRA shall have the power to investigate either suo motu or by CG reference any misconduct they can do of any member. CA registered, any member have the same power. Guys, they have civil court power. Can they call the person? Yes. Discovery and production of books of accounts. Can they go to their office and collect books of accounts? Yes. Can they summon them? Yes. Can they ask them to take oath on keeping their hand on the Bible, Bhagavad Gita, Quran? Yes. Who has the power? NFRA. Deadly. Like a court power they have. Can they inspect books of accounts? Yes. If any professional's misconduct is proved, NFRA shall have the following power. Individual, minimum 1 lakh, extend to 5 times of the fee received. Firm, minimum 5 lakh, extend to 10 times. That's why the 10 crore and all came, because his fees will be 1 crore. 10 crore you pay now. And then debarring the member. Minimum 6 months, maximum 10 years. I showed you 6 months also, 10 years also. Can I prefer an appeal? Yes, I can prefer an appeal within 90 days. That's what that office person meant. It is in the higher court. I said I cannot help it. I have just done whatever is there in the website. I am not fabricating anything. And I told that person, see, I am not against anybody. Facts are there. I am stating the facts. Am I maligning the reputation of anybody? No. Facts are out in the public. If he goes and proves himself that it was wrong, I am most happy. Who is there? Nobody is there to... Ultimately, he is a senior chartered accountant. His experience is our age. We should respect. But if the NFRA finds that he is guilty, then he may be guilty. If you go to the court, get an order, is not guilty, not guilty. Good. Awesome. Anyway. Then, order from NFRA, yes, they can debar the member, set aside the order, remit the case. Head office shall be New Delhi only. Who will audit NFRA? C&AG, Comptroller and Auditor General. All government departments will be audited by C&AG. It will prepare an annual report. It will be laid before the Parliament. And now, for which all companies it will apply? NFRA. All listed companies. Unlisted public companies with paid up capital more than 500 crore, turnover 1000 crore. or outstanding loan 500 crore. You can just go through this. All insurance companies, banking company, electricity company, all these companies will come under NFRA. KSA Advait, will it come under NFRA? No, turnover is not more than 1000 crore. Understood? So what I am saying is NFRA cannot open any case against any company. Should be huge companies. FA Coffee Day, listed company, guys. Public money is involved. Their turnover may not even be 1000 crore. That's okay, but it's a listed company. This turnover and all doesn't matter. For unlisted company only, turnover should be so much. Continue to be governed. And 133 talks about accounting standards and all those things. Who will recommend accounting standards? ICAI will recommend. That power also gone only. It's all about NFRA. That's about it. So yes, so next is section 133, which speaks about accounting standards. And yeah, in this one question in NFRA is, for unlisted public company, paid up capital 500 crore or turnover 1000 crore or outstanding debentures 500 crore in the immediately preceding financial year. What if either of the three or all three? One of the three. What if turnover in 1 year, it's already been governed by NFRA, no problem. But 1 year suddenly turnover is 800 crore. Loans, debentures, deposit is 400 crore. And paid up capital also falls below 500 crore, 490 crore it becomes. Will NFRA come or not come? It's already there. In the previous years and all, it had breached this limit. So obviously NFRA was applicable. Suddenly 1 year, turnover also less, this also less, okay. But paid up capital also becomes less because they did some buyback. Because of buyback, paid up capital also became less. Question is, will it still apply NFRA? That is given in this extra short, you see. Company or a body corporate shall continue to be governed by NFRA for a period of 3 years after it ceases to be listed, or its paid up capital or turnover or aggregate of loans, debentures and deposits falls below the prescribed limit. Falls below the prescribed limit. Section 133, Central Government to prescribe accounting standards. Power to prescribe accounting standards rests with the central government. And who will do it? As I told you, it is at the first stage, ICAI will recommend. Second stage, standards of accounting shall be examined by NFRA. NFRA also may make its own recommendations. Third stage, central government will examine the recommendations of NFRA and then will prescribe the accounting standards. ICAI is simply on time pass, they will not be allowed to do anything. It's there in the law, but yeah. Next, coming to section 134, it is called as the Director's Responsibility Statement. And apart from that, it also speaks about the financial statement, board report, all those things. Most important thing here is, before that we go, coming to this, guys, when are the accounts final according to you? When are the accounts final? First of all, will it be, what do you say? When are the accounts final? First, is it approved by the board of directors? Then it is audited. Then everything is signed. Then it is circulated. and it is adopted, or is the accounts audited, finally approved, signed by everyone, circulated, adopted, or is it signed by all parties concerned? Then the audit will happen along with the sign. Everyone will take final approval. It will be circulated, adopted. Tell me, which is the correct procedure? Will you sign first? No. Third one is definitely wrong. Audit happens first or approval happens first? Approval. So auditing first also wrong. This one. This also is wrong. Correct? The correct sequence is first approval will happen. Under 134.1 approval will happen, board meeting resolution, then signature. It's called authentication. Signature will happen. 2 marks question, who will sign? We will see that. Guys, if you remember, minutes who will sign, report on AGM who will sign, register who will sign, all that is fine. But most important of the signatures is this one. Who will sign the financial statements? That is the accounts. Accounts are nothing but finances. Who will sign it? They will have to sign and give it to the auditor. Auditor will do the audit and then it will be circulated to whom? All the shareholders. Finally, it will be adopted at the AGM and you will file to the ROC in AOC 4, 30 days from the AGM. Right? Who will authenticate it? Most important is chairperson plus CEO, CFO, CS, or MD plus director plus CEO, CFO, CS, or director plus CEO, CFO, CS. Third one is not correct. It generally won't happen. It is first and the second. CEO, CFO, CS will always be there. It will be either chairperson or MD plus director. 3 signatures will already be there. When are the accounts final? When all the 3 things should happen. This approval should happen, audit should happen, adoption should happen. Can you lay unaudited accounts? No. Can you file unadopted accounts? Yes. But then it's called as provisional accounts. It should be eventually adopted. Right? So approval, then authentication, then auditors circulate, adoption, file. How will you file? AOC 4. When will you file? 30 days from the AGM. 30 days from AGM. So if you see here, that was regarding that. You see? Then one more question they will come. Who will authenticate? Who will authenticate the board report? Who will authenticate the board report? This I am talking about signing of the accounts. Next question is who will authenticate or sign the board report? Board report authentication. Board report authentication is chairperson or managing director plus director or director plus director. There's a difference between who will sign the accounts. Accounts is this. Who will sign the board report? In the board report, all the details of this will be given. Chairperson, MD or director, director plus director. And everything will be circulated. What will be circulated? Financial statements, notes to accounts, auditor's report, board report, annexures will be merged and circulated everywhere. Did you get it, guys? Yes. So 2 types of signature. This they'll ask you, who will sign the board report? Who will sign? Chairperson or MD plus director or director plus director. Then who will authenticate the accounts? Chairperson plus CEO, CFO, CS, MD plus director plus CEO, CFO, CS. That's it. Same thing is given here. Let's see coolly, no problem. First of all, financial statement, including consolidated financial statement, is approved by BOD. This is authentication of account. See this one. Chairman plus MD plus director plus CEO plus CS, or chairman plus 2 directors plus CEO plus CS. So if you see here, chairman, CEO, CFO, CS will always be there. Chairman or MD plus director. So you see, I'll show you the bare act 1 second. Check it out. So if you see 134, 134.2 only it says. 134.2 only it says. Everything. Let's check. Section 134, subsection 2. Section 134, subsection 2. What happened? Internet. Anyway. Internet is super fast. See chapter 9, accounts of companies, 134. See, it shall be approved by board of directors, chairperson of the company where it's authorized, or by 2 directors, out of which one shall be MD, if any. So this one, chairperson or MD plus director. So here, no, here just make a change, guys. This is by mistake, come off twice. Chairperson, no, MD plus director plus CEO plus CS plus CFO. Here, chairman plus CEO, CFO, CS. Basically these two here. This is the correct answer. Chairperson plus CEO, CFO, CS, MD plus director plus CEO, CFO, CS. They will what? Authenticate. Chairperson, CEO, CFO, CS, MD, Director, CEO, CFO, CS. Then it is submitted to whom? Auditor for his report. Correct? And then from there it will be, auditor will do his report, give it to all the shareholders, and then shareholders will adopt the accounts. Guys, then now in the board report, what all will be there? Board has to give a report. What will be there in that? Extent of annual return, number of meetings of the board, director's responsibility statement. How many meetings happened in the board? Then this is very important. Director's responsibility statement. Then independent director's declaration. If the company has given loans, guarantee, security, those details will be here. State of the company's affairs means what is the profit and loss scenario this year. How much money they are transferring to reserve? Is there any hard and fast rule? No. If I want to transfer to reserve, I can transfer. Otherwise, no. That I should give. Board will recommend dividend. Remember, who will declare dividend? Shareholders. Board will recommend. That recommendation should come here. And guys, audit report will come first or board report will come first? What do you think? Audit report will come first or board report will come first? Audit report will come first. After that, board has to respond to each and every item of the board auditor's report. So what is the sequence? The accounts will be approved, accounts will be signed by those fellows, accounts will be given to auditor for his report, auditor's report will come, then board report will come. Then board report. Thank you, Didi. Thank you so much. Then board report will come. So board report will have what? Responses to auditors' comments also. So what's the sequence, guys? Let me write down again for you. You can write it along with me. First, what will happen? 31st March will happen first. 31st March 2025. Then what will happen? Accounts will be prepared. Who will prepare accounts? Company. Accounts under 134(1) will be prepared. Accounts will be authenticated. Signature. Who will sign? Come on. Who will sign? Chairman plus CEO plus CFO plus CS, or MD plus director plus CEO plus CFO plus CS. After authentication, what will happen? Yes, audit. They will send that fellow the audit. Then your work will start. You will do the audit. And then what will happen? You will give the auditor's report. Auditor's report. Then what comes? Board report. This is 134(1). This is 134(1) again. He will send to auditor. Auditor's report is under 143 section. Board report is again under 134(3). We are doing 134 only now, no? We are doing 134(3). In the board report, should he? Coffee is like paisa. Horrible. Yes, but so much sugar they have added, man. Horrible. Yes, I was just having like, what is this? Paisa I am drinking. Yeah. So board report, should they respond on the qualifications and observation of the audit report? Yes. Where is it given, sir? Now you read here. Last point. Explanation by the board on every qualification specified by auditor. Explanation by the board on every qualification specified by auditor. Means what? What should come first? Auditor report or board report? Auditor's report. Right? Then and guys, when they are sending board report now, they will also authenticate board report. Tell me who will authenticate board report. I already told you. Authentication there it's different. That is under 134(7). Authentication is under 134(7). Here. Chairperson or MD or director or director plus director. Write this down. This is authentication. Chairperson or MD plus director or director plus director. They will irritate you with all these authentications. You have done all authentications today. One is minutes, then report on AGM, then that registers and all that, then authentication of accounts, then authentication of board report. Different things we have seen. Chairperson, MD director, director. And then what they will do? They will merge everything and they will circulate. To whom? Shareholders. What all they will circulate? Financial statements, auditor's report, board report, notes to accounts, annexures. Got it? They will circulate to whom, guys? Shareholders. And then what will happen? AGM will be held. In that, adda points will happen. One of the adda points is what? Consideration of accounts. Correct? Accounts will be considered there. Accounts will be considered. After considering, you can either adopt it or you need not adopt. If you don't adopt it, then provisional. Provisional accounts will be filed with ROC. Then it will again be adopted in adjourned AGM and finally filed with the ROC. AOC 4, this is return your final accounts will be filed in AOC 4. This is a long procedure if you don't adopt, guys. If you don't adopt, I will just do a provisional accounts. That also I will file with ROC and I will adjourn the AGM. In adjourn AGM, I will clarify all the doubts and ensure that the people adopt the accounts. On the other hand, if you adopt the accounts, then direct file AOC 4, the ROC within 30 days in AGM. Within 30 days from AGM. This is the full sequence of your books of accounts, guys. You should know full sequence. Right? You should know full sequence. This entire chapter is playing around with this only. Started off with books of accounts 128. That became financial statement 129. 130, 131, 132 is all other sections where I can revise the books, etc. Then we came to board report 134. Board report circulation. Now this circulation, no, this one, circulation. This is section 136. Next section. And AGM consideration and filing. This filing, 137. Chapter only will be over. Two additional sections are there. 138 is internal audit. 135 is CSR. Understood? 135 is CSR, 138 internal audit. Right? Who is this person who told law is difficult? Show me your face. Nobody. Yes, easy guys. Very easy. If you know how to study, becomes very easy. But of course, law, the problem is you should start writing. So you should now that you know, have the knowledge, pick up previous year's question papers, pick up question answers, do that effort. You need to write, because everything will be here, but when pen comes to paper, stories will come, songs, correct? Then that's the problem. So you should practice. That is the biggest problem in law. Right? Done. Moving on. Now you see here, they can ask you a separate question on what do you mean by director's responsibility statement. Guys, directors should tell, I am responsible for these things. First of all, I am responsible for accounting standards, whether they are following or not, I am responsible. Accounting standards are mandatory. Who should ensure that the company is following it? Directors. Second, accounting policies are applied consistently. Accounting policy. Depreciation is accounting policy or accounting principle? Full confusion. Depreciation is accounting principle or accounting policy? Depreciation is accounting principle or accounting policy? What do you think? Depreciation is an accounting principle. Method of applying that principle is a policy. WDV is a policy. SLM is a policy. Depreciation is a principle. So what is accounting policy? Accounting principle plus method of applying it is a accounting policy. So WDV is an accounting policy. SLM is an accounting policy. So who will apply? Accounting policy. Company should apply. 1 year can I do SLM, second year WDV? No, consistently, consistency. So first of all, I should tell, this is a separate 4-mark question, very important. Explain director's responsibility statement. So many times they have asked, either in auditing or in law, either of the two. So accounting standards had been followed. 1. Accounting policies which has been applied consistently. 2nd, director had taken proper care for maintenance of adequate accounting records. Accounting records who will maintain? Director. He should tell that I have maintained the records. Director had prepared annual accounts on a, most important thing is what? Going concern basis. Going concern. He will tell, yes, it is going concern. It will go on forever. I may die, but that will go on forever. Auditor has to check all this and verify whether it is going to go on forever or not. Auditor will look into which one? About going concern or not. Essay 5, which one? 70. Yes or no? Going concern is which essay? 570. director is telling it's gonna go on forever. But those fellows will tell SA, in SA 570, they will say, yeah, correct. Director's assumption is correct. That was a thing which mainly happened in this thing, Kingfisher. Mallya had written in the director's responsibility statement, we will go on forever. Auditor is telling, no, you will not go on forever, you will go. Correct? So fight happened. That's why they gave a qualified opinion, saying that management is telling going concern. We are telling go concern. Right? So ing is not there. That is why, yes, SA 570, they actually gave a qualified opinion. Share prices were some 100 and 120 or something, became 2 rupees. Power of the auditor's signature became 2 rupees. Then he ran away. Yes. So accounts on going concern basis. Then he should tell the internal controls are adequate. All this is linked in your auditing. Internal control chapter is there, no? Compliance procedure, substantive procedure. Auditing was one of my favorite subjects. My highest scoring was auditing only. That's why I still remember all those things. So I say I scored 79. I wrote only for 83. Right? 79 I scored. Thank you. But it's easy to remember, guys. See, I'll tell you one thing. You want to remember this thing, what do you say, standards on auditing? Something I will tell you so that you can remember the numbers. Before that, I'll tell you one quick story, then you'll remember the numbers automatically. First, your life only I'll tell. At age 20, what you'll be doing? You'll be analyzing the future. What is happening? Why I am doing CA? That is age 20. Somehow you'll become a CA after many attempts. You means generally I'm saying. You'll become a CA after many attempts and then you will start working. At age 30, your parents will tell, get married. Too many years over, get married, settle down. Come, and let's assume you are not in love marriage or arranged marriage. So keep seeing many people rejecting all that. What you will do? Sampling you will do. Correct? Sampling, correct? Obviously, sampling only you'll be doing, no? Yes, you'll be sampling, seeing what is fit, what is not fit, and all those things. Right? Yes. Then what will happen? What will happen after that? Tell me. So age 30, this happens, guys. Which one? You're not sampling exactly, sampling for the future. Then somehow you will get married, then whatever, children and all will happen. At age 40, you're sitting and thinking about how will children all happened already, 10 years, more than enough. So you will think about money. How will I estimate my future? Like what are money that I have? How much will it be? The stupid children are born now. So these fellows have to now pay 1 lakh, 2 lakh for fees. Then you will think, if I finished my schooling only in 1 lakh all put together. For LKG, they are asking 3 lakh rupees. That and all you will be thinking. You will be doing what? Estimation. Correct? So somehow you will huff and puff and you will reach 50 years. Then you will have to give party to all your relatives who will suddenly come. Correct? They will suddenly come at age 50 and ask for a party. Why? Because you turned 50, no? So that's why the party, 50 years. I don't know how, any 1 year next to this will be bonus only. You already turned 50, party. And some half century over. Then eventually you will turn 60, retirement will happen. And now your children will throw you out. Correct? That children on whom you spend so much money, they'll throw you out. Then you will now think about what to do future. So you will talk about what? Subsequently, what will I do? Subsequent events. Correct? I don't know what I'll do. So you will go and join one or this thing, what is that? Old age home. Correct? You will go join an old age home. You are happy there. Till age 70 and all, you are happy. Then one by one, your body parts will stop functioning. One liver will go, one kidney will go, half heart will go. Correct? Then you will worry about whether you will go on forever or not. Going concern. Correct? Going concern. And at the time you hit 80 years of age, your children who threw you out, no, they'll again call you back. Sorry daddy, please come. Sorry mommy, we'll never do this. But why? Why do they call you? Because they want your will. They want you to write and tell that yes, they want you to represent that yes, now it belongs to you only. What belongs to you? All the property belongs to you. So add just 5 years, this is your life story, you will get the entire auditing standards for 500 series. 520 is what? Analytical procedure. 530 is what? Sampling. 540 accounting estimates. 550 related party. Party with relative, related party. 560 subsequent events. 570 going concern. 580 written representation. Now, if you remember this I made when I was in inter, still remember. I didn't even mug up. I just, since you asked me, I was just generally telling, I suddenly remembered. So, whatever I used to make this only, full time pass I used to do by doing all this to remember auditing. So, this is my own story. I created this because it will be easier for me to remember stuff, right? So, one more thing, if you are a, 420, that is fraud, no? Section 420. But we are doing CA, little bit, you have to, make it tough. So 420 I will reverse, 240. 240 is for fraud only, no? SA 240 is what? Fraud. SA 240 is fraud. And then when I was doing CA, obviously I was on Chapadasi, 0. From 0 I became what? I mean generally any CA, you will be 0 and then you will become number 1. Once you become number 1, your parents will tell 1 should become 2, means what? Get married. Before marriage what will happen? Engagement. So audit engagement is SA 210, correct? All these things I was doing, guys, yes. So do all this. This only I was doing when I was in inter. This is a 15-year-old story I am telling, right? Yes. So now you remember, I am not even joking. I can prove it to you. You just remember this story. Okay, 20 what you will do? Analysis. 30 marriage, sampling. 40 estimating of your 2 children and all have born. You are thinking one fellow 2 lakhs, one fellow 2 lakhs. I could have gone for a trip and come in 4 lakhs. You will think like that. Correct? Stupid fellows, why were they born? Correct? Yes. Then 550 what you will do? Party. All your relatives will come, throw party. 60 subsequent events. 70 parts are not working. 80 will. Now I can erase this and I can assure you, you will also tell it. So it's very simple. Tell me guys, what is related party standard? 550. Don't tell 50, 550. Okay, what is written representation? 580. Okay, what will be 530? 530, 30 years sampling. Correct? Okay, then what is 540? Estimate. What will be 570? Going concern. What is subsequent event? Subsequent event, 560. So now actually you see, you remember the number also, you remember the other side also. If I tell you the standard, you will tell the number. What is initial audit engagement? Engagement, 210, 0 and 1 and 2, correct? And I used to make some visual representation also. This if I take, no, if I just write this A, okay, or this, 1 second. So this is another auditor, SA 600. This 00, you have to visually represent it as A, another auditor. This also, if I make small a here, this is internal auditor. SA 600 is what? Another auditor. SA 610 is what? Internal auditor. So you can actually remember everything by making this. Don't sit and make all this now. Waste of time. During my CA days, I have a very vivid, creative brain. Actually, I don't know why I am a teacher. I should have been a director. Correct? Hopefully in the future I will be. I am very keen on directing movies and all that. So I have that creative brain actually. So you would have seen my I did that animation video and all. No? So I have that thing. I have that interest. But teaching also is an art. So basically that's fine. But what I am saying is yes. So you can remember easily. So tell me what is sampling? Audit sampling. 530 sampling. 30 years. Seeing people. 530 sampling. Then what is related party? 550. Going concern. What is 580? Written represented. Yes. Go and show off with your other friends now. I know all the standards. At least the 500 series is important. Another auditor 600. 610 is this thing, and 420 is fraud. 240 will be reverse fraud only. 420 is fraud. If you want to catch a fraud, you have to be 200 times better than a fraud. So 420 plus 200 is 620. 620 is auditor's expert, because you have to be an expert, right? So like that something and all I used to make, I remember. Anyway, come back. So coming back to 135. 134 is that's only, guys. Now you will prepare accounts on a going concern basis. Yes, and then default will happen. If default happens, 3 lakh, that you leave, no problem. Now coming to 135. 135 is my CSR, corporate. But before that, we'll complete 136 and 137 because it's linked. 136 is what? Circulation of the financial statements. What all will be circulated? Financial statements, consolidated financial statements, auditor's report, board report, all annexures. Annexures means what? Notes to accounts. Everything will be circulated. Then they'll ask you, how many days before the meeting you should circulate? 21 days. That notice will go, no, along with notice you should send this. Notice also 21 days, this also 21 days. Next question they'll ask you, to who all should I send? Every member. Every member means what? Equity shareholder, preference shareholder, everyone. Every trustee. Which trustee? Debenture trustee. Trustee here means debentures when you issue, you can all come in form of a trust and you can work. That is called debenture trustee. Every debenture holder and to all persons entitled. Who are the persons entitled? Obviously auditor also. Auditor also should get all these things, guys. Obviously should get all the documents. Yes, very simple. Then it will be sent to that same thing. Member, trustee, debenture holder and all those things. Sir, can I send via email also? Yes, in all case of all listed companies and other public companies where net worth is more than 1 crore, turnover is more than 10 crore, financial statement will be sent via electronic mode. Sir, instead of 21 days, can I go less than 21 days? Yes. Short notice to be approved by majority in number and 95% of value. We had seen this for shorter notice also. Shorter notice in AGM, 95% of members. Shorter notice for EGM, majority in number, 95% value. Here, but this is circulation in AGM. So 21 days before AGM, it is majority in number, 95% of value. We had discussed shorter notice under 101 section, if you remember. Shorter notice for AGM is 95% of members. Shorter notice for EGM is the same as this. So shorter notice for EGM is equal to shorter duration for circulation for AGM, because 136 I am only talking about AGM. Hope you got this point. Same, no change. And then I should also now give all the documents I should place. What documents? Listed company having subsidiary will have separate audited accounts. Then listed company which is incorporated outside India, that also I should place. Guys, what if I have a company in Uganda and their auditing is not needed? Subsidiary it is. Their auditing is not needed. Can I place that unaudited accounts? Yes, I can place that unaudited accounts. What if I have, what do you say, also a company in China? There it is mandatory to do it in Mandarin. The company, Chinese language is not called Chinese. It's called Mandarin. It's like telling what is Indian language? Indianese. No. What is the language in India? Indian. No, Indian is not a language. So Chinese, the people who are from China are called Chinese. We'll tell language also Chinese. No. Language is Mandarin. Right? Others, they'll only know what is the language in India means. They may know only Hindi. There are so 100+ languages in India. Crazy. Even in Kannada, there are so many dialects of Kannada. North Karnataka different, South Karnataka different, Bangalore Kannada is different, Mysore Kannada is different, Hubli Kannada is different, right? That's what, correct? So in Hubli and all, if you go, they will directly blast you. They will actually directly talk about your mother and father, but that's in a very nice way. Correct? Here you tell, you'll get slapped. I can't tell that on video. You also know what I'm telling. Correct? So there it is actually out of love. Correct? They will, father only will call the son some words. Correct? That is in Hubli, Dharwad and all those things. Here if you call, gone, jail directly. Right? So it depends. What I'm trying to tell is, yes, now what I'm coming to is, you have a company in China which is written, all the accounts are made in Mandarin. Now should you put that in your website? Nobody will understand, no? So what you should do? Translate it and put it. It should be translated. That's what they're trying to tell. All these sections are talking about that only. It should be translated. See, translated copy in English should be placed on the website. And those companies where you do not have auditing facility, then you should do the needful here. So 136 is that. 137 is, once you circulate, no, you will now give it to whom? Filing that financial statements in AOC 4 within 30 days. See, here only it's given 30 days AOC 4. For OPC, one person company, more time is given, 180 days. Guys, 180 days not from the AGM, 180 days from the financial year. Please note. 180 days from financial year is what? 30th September only, 6 months roughly. Here it is 30 days from the AGM. Don't get confused. That is 180 days of end of financial year. They also know you will study 30 and 180. So they will give you the second part as the MCQ. 180 days from AGM, 180 days from financial year, then full confusion. Financial statements need not be adopted, I already told you. If it is not adopted, no, provisional. One main chart we made, no, in that last part you see, provisional. And it will be in the adjourned AGM adopted and then filed. What if you don't hold AGM only? It is also possible. You are so negligent, you don't hold an AGM. So they're saying, boss, if you don't hold AGM, you should sign all the financial statements, still file it and give a detailed reason why you are not holding the AGM. You should file it within 30 days from the date on which the AGM should have been held. Which is that date? 30th September. No mercy. You have filed, you have to file it if you have adopted, you have to file if you have not adopted also, you have to file if you don't hold the AGM also. Then penalty, etc. Then this is a 2-mark question, last one. Certain companies should present and file the financial statements in a concept called XBRL. It's a language, Extensible Business Reporting Language. Business reporting language you can open in any country. It's a language developed by all the countries. Means it's a computer language whereby the format can be decoded in any country. It's called XBRL. They will ask you which company should follow XBRL. Answer: all listed companies, subsidiaries also, all companies with paid up capital more than 5 crore or turnover 100 crore, and all companies which have followed Ind AS. All Ind AS companies should mandatorily go through XBRL taxonomy. 2 marks question, that is, which companies will follow XBRL. Listed companies mandatory, and Ind AS companies mandatory. Other companies, paid up capital should be more than 5 crore, turnover should be more than 100 crore. Then 135 was pending. Let's see. Corporate social responsibility, CSR, section 135. Section 135 applies to a company including a foreign company. Guys, this is giving back to the society. This is also important. Which company should go for CSR? Net worth 500 crore or more, turnover 1000 crore or more, net profit 5 crore or more. Net worth 500 CR or more, turnover 1000 CR or more, profit 5 CR or more. When? In the immediately preceding financial year shall constitute a CSR committee, and the CSR committee will have, what is CSR? Giving back to society. How? You can give it to an orphanage, you can help in poverty, removing poverty, education, anything. What about this? Chinnaswamy Stadium has, can you invest in your own company? For example, if Chinnaswamy Stadium was a company, they invested in solar energy for their own. So is that CSR? Or should you do it to the other general public? So these are all some of the questions. So obviously, guys, in Chinnaswamy's case, even though it was done for their own company, the electricity saved because of that. Chinnaswamy Stadium is the first stadium in the whole world to adopt solar energy. Correct? Except the floodlights, the lights. Everything else is run by solar energy. So, correct? So the thing is, Chinnaswamy Stadium, whatever lighting they have used, they are saving electricity in such a way that that electricity is sponsoring 2 villages electricity in Kolar, KGF. So is it CSR? Yes. So if, what do you say, TCS company does marathon, 10K marathon, 20K marathon, if I am organizing that 10-kilometer marathon, is that CSR? No. Because I am just sponsoring, I am just naming it TCS marathon. It has got nothing to do with TCS doing something. So sponsoring events are not CSR. MS Ramaya has hospital and it has one more called Teachers Hospital. It's true. Teachers Hospital, you will get the same doctors from main hospital at dirt cheap rates. Main hospital they will charge 500 rupees, Teachers Hospital 50 rupees. And Teachers Hospital is for the poor people. So now is that CSR? Yes. Same doctors go. Half an hour they go sit and come. We are Indians. We have figured that out. What we'll do? All will go to teachers. I've seen with my own eyes. He'll come drive in Mercedes Benz, stop at Teachers Hospital. Right? Because it's cheap. And I've seen it. So, yes. So, CSR, it will be formulated by the company. They'll recommend the amount of expenditure. Yes. How much amount I should spend? 2% of the average net profit. In income tax, we discussed this 2% is allowed or disallowed? Disallowed. Under section 37, disallowed, remember? Income tax. 2% of the net profit of the last 3 financial years. And generally they should give preference to local area. If you don't follow CSR, the board should give reasons as to why they have not spent that money. Reasons have to be given. That is the regarding the CSR. Some extra points in CSR is there. Come down here. This was added later. People asked a question. Sir, 2% you have to spend. If I spend more, sir, can I carry forward? Like income tax they asked. They said first no. Then they said why not? You are asking me to spend 2%. I am spending 5%. Allow me to carry forward. One more question they asked. Sir, I was supposed to spend 100 crore. 80 crore I spent. 20 crore, sir, I have not spent, but I have already allotted to a project. I cannot just spend like that. It's going to happen for the next 2 years. Is it allowed? They said, yeah, okay. Your good question, we'll allow it. Only if you spend it. Simply you will allot it next year, you will take it back? No. Then they said, if I spent extra, can I carry forward? So that was clarified in these points. Unspent CSR relating to an ongoing project. You have to transfer to a special account called CSR account. You can't go to Nirmala Madam and say, Madam, I have spent 80 crore. What about 20 crore? I will spend. What is the guarantee? Your promise. Nirmala aunty promise. No. Right? So you should transfer to what? Special account. Within 30 days from the end of the financial year, you should transfer. All MCQ question. Within dash 30 days. And how long will you take to spend this? 3 financial years from the date of transfer. If it is not spent, transfer to Schedule 7 fund within 30 days from completion of the 3rd year. Schedule 7 fund is like that same fund which you saw in dividend. Similar to that it is. Investor Education Protection Fund. Similar fund is Schedule 7 fund. Nirmala aunty will take that. So again, I am telling you, 20 crore, sir, I want project. That money will be transferred to a project. And you should use the money within 3 years. Not use within 3 years. 30 days from the end of 3 years, you will transfer to which account? Schedule 7 fund. If unspent amount does not relate to any project, then guarantee. Directly it will go to Schedule 7 fund. 80 I have spent, 20 I have not spent only. They'll ask one question, have you scheduled anything? No. Then within 6 months, directly Nirmala Madam will take it. I hope you got the difference. One is what they'll ask you, is there a fund? Yes, there is a fund. Then show me the transfer to that fund. Then show me how utilization has happened within 3 years. It's not happened means within 30 days I'll transfer. But fund also is not there, project also is not there. Then within 6 months only directly transfer to Schedule 7 fund. Then I asked you, if they spend excess, will you be getting the set off benefit? Yes. Next 3 years you can set it off. Next 3 years you can set it off. Then section 138 is what? Internal audit. Internal audit is by the management only. They will appoint internal auditors either from within their team or externally they will appoint to check 2 types of procedures: compliance procedures, substantive. Substantive they don't care, compliance procedures. How strong are the internal controls? Right? So for that you need lot of knowledge of information technology. You should understand how the fraud analysis works, how people can commit fraud, override the controls in the system. All that I need to check. When you pay the money, what is the guarantee it goes to the account? I need to check. What if somebody has the overriding capacity and only partly they will transfer to the account, other they will transfer to their personal account? Who knows? All those checks and controls, internal auditor will check. Who is an internal auditor? Earlier CAs were thinking only they should be internal auditors. No. CA, CMA, other professional. Can you be an engineer? Yes, because if I want to do IT audits, you should be an engineer. CA in IT, deadly combination. Correct? Yes. So CA, if you are in information technology, superb combination. You can mint money. It's a very different area. Right? So Kriti ma'am in fact is an expert in that. She is a fraud examiner. So this teaching and all is time pass for her. Chuma she'll come and teach, but actually full day she'll be working on that only. Something and all she'll be doing, I have no idea. So all logs and all full IT stuff, right? So it's a good area for you guys in the future. That's if any, they cannot play around with you, because an engineer will not know finance. Finance fellow will not know IT. Imagine the combination. Nobody can play around with you. If they come and tell, no, no, it's a system problem, you will tell me what the system problem. Tell me, I can figure it out. It's like a combination of being a software engineer and CA, right? So that's a very good area for your future if you can think about it, right? Anyway, so CA, CWA, other professional as decided by the board. Professional is not defined anywhere. Can you be a BCom graduate also? Actually, yes, you can be. If the company wants to appoint a BCom graduate, he can appoint. But will the statutory auditors rely on his report? Never. Correct? So statutory auditor, if he wants to rely on your report, they should clearly ascertain what is the essence of SS 610, using the work of an internal auditor. First thing you should check is what? Qualification of the internal auditor. Sir, I am BCom, Bangalore University. Sir, give me the report. Dustbin, throw. Correct? Your degree also you give, throw. Correct? So, however knowledgeable you are, that qualification has no value, guys. You also know it. That's why most of you are joining CA, which is very good. Bangalore University BCom, zero, nothing. Anyway, nobody cares about the qualification. You just care about how smart you are until you do CA, because in CA you need both. I've been telling you, qualification and knowledge. You may have the knowledge, no qualification, you will not grow. You'll be stuck there, right? So you should either be a CA or CWA or professional as decided by the board, not necessary to be a practicing CA or CMA. Can you be an employee of the company? Yes, they can have their own internal audit team, no issues. Now guys, which companies require internal audit? This also they keep asking. DPLT, remember DPLT. D is deposit, P is paid up capital, L is loan, T is turnover. DPLT. Listed company, nothing. All companies mandatorily have to go for internal audit. Unlisted public company, D is 25, then into 2, into 2, into 2. 50, 100, 200. Correct? One of these conditions must be satisfied. Private company, nil, nil. 100, 200 remains the same. So this you need to remember. DPLT formula, deposits, paid up capital, loans, turnover. Sir, when should I see it? During the year or last year? Immediately in the previous financial year. Should be seen at when? Beginning or starting? Any point. That's the most important thing. At the beginning of the year, my loan was 90. During the year, loans outstanding became 110. End of the year, I paid off the loan. It became 70. Is internal audit required? Yes. If any of this is breached at any point in the previous year, not in the last previous year, ending, starting, no. So this will be what? And for listed company, internal audit is mandatory. I already told you that. Unlisted company and private company, yes. 25 into 2 into 2 into 2, DPLT. Deposits, paid up capital, loan outstanding, turnover. There ends the matter. That's all guys. So that is regarding this entire section. So